Hey guys, I'm responding to a video by my buddy Joe over at Mod X Movement, and he's kind of talking about why it turns out that people who have largely stretched lobes, over an inch, like he said, inch and a half, if they ever make the decision in life to have them closed down, sewn up, and back to a normal ear size, why they're looked at as sellouts by a lot of the body modification world, why people look at them and say, oh, you had your ears closed, you're a sellout, you're not really about body modifications, when in actuality you can look at the same person and they might have, a whole body suit of tattoos, they might have, a labret piercing, or, etc. and so forth. And I think I can kind of shed a little bit of light on that for you, Joe, at least coming from my perspective. In my perspective, it's like when body modification first started getting big, we had the simple, like a labret piercing, a tongue piercing, the things like that were going on. But when ear stretching became like a bigger thing, a more known thing in the the common world, it was considered to be one of the really hardcore modifications, because at that time you didn't see a lot of tongue bifurcation and genital modification and scarification and branding and things like that. You didn't see a whole lot of that. That didn't come until later. So I think people are still kind of trapped in the mindset that ear stretching is this like really radical, huge modification. And I mean, not to say that any one modification is greater or less than another modification. It's just that people are still stuck in the mindset that stretching your ears is this big, monstrous, radical thing, and that if you put all this time and energy into doing it and then you have it undone, it's like you're selling out. It's like, and I mean, I look at this where they're coming from, but at the same time, isn't like you said, isn't having your ears sewn back up to a normal ear size and not even having them pierced, isn't that kind of just another modification, or like a reverse modification? I mean, because, I really like that you used Paulie Unstoppable as an example, because, Paulie had, massive stretched lobes. He had, I think he still actually does have his cartilage stretched, and then he had a massive labret stretch. And he had his labret and his lobes closed up. And, I remember all the negative cane he was getting about, oh, you sold out, you this, you that. Well, I mean, you look at the guy, he's got stretched nipples, he's got a bifurcated tongue. As far as I know, he still has his nostrils stretched. He's covered head to toe in tattoos, but yet he's looked at as a sellout, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I mean, that's the only amount of sense I can make, is that people are still stuck in the mindset that stretching your lobes is a really, really big thing, and it's like, it's like something you invest so much time and energy into, and then you have it undone, and it's like you're kind of like slapping your modification in the face, which I don't look at all in the least amount. But that's, I'm gonna just ramble if I keep going. So, but yeah, I have to agree with you that it's kind of stupid to look at it through that perspective, and maybe my perspective gave you a little bit of insight as to maybe why. And also, your lumberjack shirt is super sexy. And yeah, guys, go over and check out my buddy Joe and the other Mod Movement members over at Mod X Movement. Go check out some of their videos, listen to some of the mod diaries, and if you get a chance and you're someone that's really into body modification and things like that, jump on over to Facebook, type in Mod Movement, find the group, see if you can get in, and come and join the rest of our fun little gathering of body modification enthusiasts. So, alright guys, as Joe said in the video, happy stretching, be safe, and I'll talk to you guys later.